One thing people says to me on a daily basis is, man, Brando, Maga don't really want an authoritarian dictatorship. I don't know where you get that stuff, man. Where do you hear this kind of talk? Well, I'll tell you this much. It's not from liberal websites. It's not from some liberal talking head. I get it straight from Maga's mouth. I listen to exactly what it is they say. I go to Donald Trump's website. I read what he wants to do in a second term. I listen closely to Mike Johnson and all the things that he wants to do. And I listen to how he talks about how he wants the church to control all aspects of government and all aspects of our lives. And when I repeat these things to you, I'm not repeating something that a liberal talking head told me to say. I'm repeating what your side is saying. Now, Donald Trump is a grifter who capitalized on the moment, and he's running for president for re-election. He's running to get re-elected so he can stay out of jail. That's really the whole thing. People say, well, why are they indicting him during the middle of his campaign? Actually, he's just campaigning in the middle of all the indictments. He's a grifter, he's a con artist, and he's found the perfect group of gullible people to grift. But now Mike Johnson really wholeheartedly believes in this shit. He means it when he says it. And for years, people like Mike Johnson have been trying these talking points out on MAGA Republicans to see how they will react. And so far, they've not kicked against any of it. You know, the Republican Party used to be conservative. There's nothing conservative about MAGA. Donald Trump added $8 trillion to the national debt. Tell me how that's conservative. They say they want less government in our lives. They don't want the government to control our lives. But yet, the politicians they're throwing their support behind nowadays does want the government to have more control. They want the government watching your every move, seeing how you live your life right down to a T. And you're okay with that because it's your guy saying it. Meanwhile, you're over here calling my side the communists, my side the socialists, and you don't realize that your side is ushering it in right in front of you, and you're going for it because they test the waters with these things. They will embrace these conspiracy theories to see if you will call it out. And when you don't, they go, oh, wait a minute. We embrace this ridiculous conspiracy. They didn't call it out. Let's try something else. So they start saying all the quiet parts out loud. And when they realized there was no kick against it, they realized, hey, you know what? We can install this type of government. We can appoint us a dictator, and they will go with it as long as we tell them that it's the evil liberal. It's the evil left. It's the radical left. We'll just keep driving that talking point home. You would think, though, that if MAGA Republicans really, truly cared about freedom and really, truly cared about democracy as much as they say they do, that they would start to see through it. They would start to see through, hey, wait a minute now, our side is wanting to pry into people's lives. Our side wants the church to run the entire show. And you would think that would scare them to death, but it doesn't because right now it's not affecting them. At this particular moment, they're not affected by it, so what do they care? In time, when they realize, wait a minute, we give these people the power and now they're coming after me, then you might start to see them kick against it once it starts to affect them in their daily life. But right now, it's affecting people that they don't like. It's affecting people they hate. It's affecting people that they disagree with. So good riddance, we don't care. What they don't realize is that when they give these people this much power, one day they're going to wake up and they're going to be coming after them. They don't realize how easily the script can get flipped on them. And when this is all over and the dust settles, there's going to be a whole lot of people saying, well, I never wanted this. And I'm going to say, well, yeah, you did. Because that time me and you was having a debate about it, you said that you didn't think democracy was a good idea. You kept saying that we was a republic. And I kept saying, yes, so is China and so is North Korea. But what separates us is the democracy part. All the times that you said you didn't mind that the government got involved in women's lives, all the times that you said you didn't mind that the government got involved in gay and trans people's lives, all those times that you sat back and did nothing, well, when they're coming for you, I'm going to remind you of all those times you sat back and did nothing when it was someone else. You know, you can say all day long, well, we don't believe in that, man. That's not what we believe in, but you're supporting people who do, and you're supporting people who intend to implement it on day one. And they believe it wholeheartedly. And they've been testing the water for years. And they realized, hey, guess what? I mean, at the end of the day, I believe they really used Donald Trump to test those waters. Like, hey, get out there, say all the quiet parts out loud, see what they'll kick against. And guess what? MAGA doesn't have a gag reflex. You can sell communism in the name of MAGA. You can sell authoritarian dictatorship in the name of MAGA. Hell, I believe you could round up all the guns in the name of MAGA and they wouldn't kick against it. If Mike Johnson said to them, look, we'll keep you safe from these dirty liberals, just give us your guns, I really believe every redneck in my part of the world would line up and be glad to hand it over. Because they're that far gone. I know there's going to be people saying, man, we don't believe that stuff, Brando. Well, maybe not. You say you don't, but you're embracing politicians who are. And you're embracing politicians who plans to implement it on day one. So let's see how it works out for you.